Everyone talks about holiday content on Pinterest, but what about all the other amazing days out of the year? Today I'm spilling why everyday moments, not just major holidays, can send your pins absolutely soaring and how you can start using them right now. So, before we go any further, let me be clear about what I mean when I say a moment. Now, these are moments that matter. A moment's a specific, relatable point in someone's life. It can be big or small, creates a need, a mood, or a reason to head over to Pinterest to search, right? It's not just Christmas, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, or even Halloween, but it could be things like moving into a first apartment, hosting a backyard barbecue, maybe celebrating a milestone birthday. Switching from iced coffee to hot coffee when fall hits. Hello, my hand is up. I love that. And I did actually see that on Pinterest, or maybe even starting a new hobby. So think of it like this. Holidays are the big plot twists in your story, but moments are the everyday scenes that make the story relatable and real. Okay. If you typed birthday dinner outfit into Pinterest right now, you'd get an entirely different set of results other than holiday party outfit. The search feels more personal, it's more specific, and that's exactly why it works. Now, here's the kicker. Moments happen all the time, not just in December, November, October, or July. Okay? That means you get those traffic spikes all year round without fighting the noise of thousands, and I mean literally thousands of other creators pinning the same thing at the same time. So today we're talking about why moments often perform better than big holidays, the types of moments Pinterest actually prioritizes, and how to quickly tap into them without creating more content from scratch. So if you're new here, this show is all about using Pinterest with purpose, not just pinning for the sake of it. Each week we talk strategy, we share actionable tips, and break down exactly what's working on Pinterest right now so that you can get more reach, more saves, and more clicks without burning out or feeling stressed out. I'm Lisa, your Pinterest pioneer, your podcast host. I am the founder of the Simple Site Lab and Body Mind Mood. And to be honest, I am a little bit of a Squarespace nerd. Okay, I'm a lot of a Squarespace nerd, but just sharing that out. And here's a little teaser. Next week's episode is going to show you how to format your Pinterest content so it's AI friendly and ready for new search tools. Because let me be really clear, AIO and SEO are evolving literally at the speed of light, and you do not want to miss this one. So why moments work? Well, here's the thing. Holidays are crowded, and I'm not just talking about the shopping malls and the airports. Everyone is pinning gift guides, recipes, or seasonal tips at the very same time. But everyday moments, well, they're constant and they feel personal. Pinterest loves life events. Moving into a new house, for example, or maybe a new apartment. Maybe you're starting a new job. Pinterest also loves life stages. So think about milestones. Maybe you're starting college, turning 40 or 50. Maybe you're becoming a parent or getting married. And Pinterest most definitely loves micro seasons, not summer, but first barbecue of the season, or maybe cozy fall mornings with Starbucks. My hand is up on that one. And when you target moments, your pins feel timely without fighting 10 million other pins for the same search term. So, for example, instead of holiday party outfits, try what to wear to your best friend's party, birthday dinner, or first date outfit ideas. But what you don't want to do is just slap the word birthday or the term first day into a generic pin title and call it a moment. It needs to connect with an actual audience need. Fun table decor, for example, is great, but fun table decor for your first apartment dinner party instantly paints a picture for your audience. Okay? So, how to find pin-worthy moments. So you're thinking like, okay, Lisa, I get it, but where do I even find these moments? So here are my go-tos. And believe me, this has taken some time to figure out, but I have gotten a little bit of a work here so that you can use it and figure out where you need to go. So first place that I went when I was doing this, when I first started to really notice moments as they were, is Pinterest Trends, which, by the way, is a total gold mine. All you're going to do is you're going to put in your main keyword and you're going to look for peaks that happen outside of the big holidays. And those peaks, my friends, that's your moment or your moments. You're going to go to your own calendar. Think about your own routines and life events and mood shifts. Then consider your audience, okay, and their experiences. It could be something like back to school reset in September, or maybe a midwinter slump in February. It could be even something like a long weekend prep in May. The next place you're going to go is customer conversations, comments on Pinterest, okay, or maybe on another platform. Pay attention to what your audience says when they say things like, I always struggle with whatever in March, or every year around this time, and you would fill in those blanks. Comments that people make, that your audience makes both on Pinterest or perhaps on other platforms, those really are your clues. The next thing I look at, honestly, is seasonal mindset shifts. So, like my earlier example, iced coffee lovers make the switch back to hot lattes. Well, I'm right there with you because I totally do that. I do. And when gardeners bring in their plants for the season, or, the first time someone cuts the lawn in the summer and that smell of fresh, you get the idea, right? Seasonal mindset shifts. And there are some more resources that people often forget about, including myself, but I'm going to take some onus for this. Pinterest Predicts. This is Pinterest's own annual forecast. We've all seen it. It comes out once a year, and it's full of early stage moment ideas before they actually trend, right? Google Trends. Compare a holiday term to a related moment term and see where the gaps are. Fill the gaps. And lastly, community groups. As I mentioned, Facebook groups, Reddit threads, even Instagram stories or Q&As, they can reveal moments that your ideal audience is planning, but maybe they're not seeing those ideas on Pinterest. Well, that's your cue to share those moment pins on Pinterest for them. Now, the beauty of moment pins is that you can make them as broad or as niche as you want, depending on your audience. So, turning big content into moment content, this is truly where it gets fun. And if I'm being really honest, it gets a little bit simple because you probably already have everything you need to start doing this. So here's a little sort of framework in steps. There's 4 steps. Now you can switch these up as you see fit according to what you do and your content. But here's how I do it. I pick one piece of evergreen content. It can be a blog post, a video, a product. I identify a moment that it naturally fits into. So, if you were somebody who did something like a pin that maybe you have a piece of evergreen content that says decluttering tips, maybe you're into organizing, right? You might want to put a spin on it like spring closet swap or back to school organizing, right? You're going to tweak the pin title and description so that you match the moment, right? And then you want to update the visuals. So show the feeling of the moment. Remember, we're on Pinterest. It's a visual search engine. What does that mean? It means that pinners see it and then they feel it, right? So think about things like bright spring colors or maybe cozy fall textures, some summer sunlight and blue skies. Now, here's a couple of more examples to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. I'm going to give you a before and after for these 2 examples. So the before is 5 decluttering hacks you need now. The after would be 5 decluttering hacks for your spring closet swap. Okay? The next one is the before, simple cake recipes. And your after would be simple cake recipes for your best friend's birthday. Do you see how the second one gives Pinterest and the pinner a much clearer reason why this pin matters right now and why they should share it, like Pinterest should put it out there and your audience or pinners should click on it. Okay? Now onwards, for those of you who are new, I have a weekly Q&A that comes straight from the PBC. So shout out to the PBC and all PBC members and Pinterest team. This one comes from Julie, and she asked, can I pin the same product for multiple different occasions or will Pinterest see it as spam? Now, Pinterest seeing content as spam is a really big concern for a lot of pinners and small business owners, and definitely is something that is often talked about on the PBC. So here's my honest take on it, my honest answer. Yes, you can, and yes, you should, right? As long as you frame it differently. Right? Now, I wrote out an example, and it's going to sound a little corny, but that's okay. We're going to do it anyways. Let's do it. So, for example, you sell candles. You could pin something like cozy candle scents for fall nights, romantic candle picks for Valentine's Day, fresh scents to celebrate spring. What you don't want to do is just duplicate the same image and title the same image the same way 3 times in a row. Pinterest will definitely see that as low value. And the key here is new visuals, new text overlays, fresh keywords, and an amazing call to action. Okay? So thank you so much for that question. It was a great question. And I chose it because it really does fit in with what we are talking about today. Now, my next favorite segment of the show, which I absolutely love, Pin and Plan Tip of the Week. Let's do it. Here's your quick win for today. This week, you're going to take one existing pin and give it a moment makeover. That's right. I said moment makeover. You're going to change the title and the description to tie it to a life stage, an event, or a seasonal mood. And then you're going to repin it to a relevant board. Now, if you want to go the extra mile here, do it. Create 2 versions of the same pin for 2 different moments and see which one picks up more traction. Okay? So that's a wrap, my friends. That's a wrap. Now, I've got a little mini challenge for you guys. So just let me go through this. So here's your big takeaways from today. You got information on holiday clicks, but moments that actually, build connections instead of just getting the clicks. Everyday events are easier to rank for and keep driving traffic longer. And you don't need to create from scratch all the time. I feel you on that. Just reframe what you already have. Repin responsibly, repurpose responsibly. Okay? Now, 3-day action challenge. Let's do it. Now, if you do this alongside the moment makeover or one or the other, please tag me in the PBC. Day 1 for this challenge, find 3 to 5 moments that your audience cares about. Day 2, pick one existing piece of content that fits one of those moments. And day 3, create a pin for that moment and publish it. Okay? So I will share this in the notes. I will definitely share this on the PBC. If you try one or both, moment makeover or the 3-day action plan, pin it, tag me at Body Mind Mood on the PBC. You can also find me on Instagram at Body Mind Mood Fit or at the Simple Site Lab so I can see it because I'd really love to share your work on the podcast. Now, if this episode got you thinking about how you can keep your pins relevant all year long, yay, make sure you're following the show so you never miss a Thursday drop. You can find and follow on Spotify, on Apple, on Amazon, or wherever you get your awesome Pinterest content. And until next time, keep pinning with purpose, planning with intention, and I will catch you in the next episode of the Pin and Plan podcast. Have an amazing week. Bye for now.